Labor relations is a hot topic, and it's no different for the City of Edmonton. Last week, the Civic Service Union Local 52, or the CSU, voted 91% in favor of a strike mandate. It represents more than 5,000 city workers, and we wanted to find out how a looming strike or a lockout could affect your day-to-day life in Edmonton. But before we get ahead of ourselves, how did we get here? Well, the CSU's collective agreement with the city expired in December 2020. Like many labor negotiations, it has been tense, and wages are the main sticking point. Members haven't had a raise since 2018. Well, talks broke down in January when the city said its 7.25% wage increase over 5 years is its, quote, best and final offer. There was a cooling off period, and here we are.
CSU 52 members do not want to strike. My members, bluntly, financially, would be difficult in a strike situation, but they've been backed up against the wall.
So what could this mean for you and all of the city services you use? CBC News dug through some of the publicly available job descriptions and learned that CSU members work in a variety of roles in law and bylaw enforcement, building inspections and permitting, dispatching, and 311. But for starters, your garbage will still be picked up, the streets will still be plowed, and the water will still flow. While police officers and firefighters are in a different union, 911 operators, clerical staff, and specialized jobs like criminal intelligence and firearms and ballistics analysts would be off the job, and that's likely going to slow some things down. The bus and the LRT will still be running because drivers are also in a different union. And even though Dedicated Accessible Transit Service, or DATS, those drivers are part of CSU, but they negotiated to keep the service running even if there is a work stoppage. Now, if you want to go to a rec center, you will likely see an impact there. Job action would remove front desk and information staff, as well as people who develop programming and lead activities. Lifeguards, however, won't be affected. Now, in the midst of all of this, you could see librarians off the job too, but they are under a different contract and are negotiating separately. So what happens now? Well, a strike or a lockout would require 72 hours notice, so Edmontonians would have some time to prepare, and the city has said it has contingency plans in place to limit the impacts. But both the union and the city have said they don't want to strike, and the city has applied to the Alberta Labor Relations Board for what's called an employer proposal vote, which would allow workers to vote directly on the city's latest offer, and that could happen soon. Nancy Carlson, CBC News, Edmonton.